Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
It's Ham Radio.
Ah, yes, it's that time of year once again to collect all 13 colonies and 2 of the 3 bonus stations because GB13COL will never hear you. Good evening, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live, episode number 219, the N4J Wedding Special Event Station, recorded live on Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. Just kidding about GB13COL. Actually, Paul Brown, WD9GCO, was able to get GB13COL for the first time in 5 years and was ecstatic. And I hear it's better, so we'll see. I haven't had a chance to try yet, so just kidding. All right. Well, anyway, I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight we're joined by Julie Swigert, my fiance, or as she would say, soon-to-be wife. So we'll take your calls. Later on in the show, last week, Kevin Zari, KK4YL, and Robert Bankston, KE4AL, were here to talk about satellite etiquette and running a special event station. If you missed the show, you can listen anytime at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, or you can catch the rebroadcast of Ham Talk Live Saturday afternoons at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern over on WTWW out of Nashville. It's 5085 AM. So check that out Saturday afternoons on WTWW. I do have one announcement that just kind of came in here yesterday that I want to make before we take our first break and come back and talk to Julie a bit. The Intrepid DX group has come up with a new idea, and it's to give away a dream rig with a youth essay contest. So they are recognizing the importance of including youth in our hobby. They are the future, and so they are establishing an annual Dream Rig Youth Essay Contest to learn the suggestions of young people for attracting other young operators to amateur radio. And the prize is a factory fresh ICOM IC 7300. So we've published the rules here. You can find those on the Intrepid DX website. That's intrepid-dx, deltaxray.com, or on their Facebook page. But basically, a 2-page essay that answers these 2 questions. What are your amateur radio goals? And what can we do to attract more youth to amateur radio? You got to be a U.S. amateur radio license holder, age 19 or younger. You have to promise to keep the radio for at least a year. Don't flip it, trade it, sell it. You got to use it. Send the essay in text or Word. Attach that to intrepiddxgroup@gmail.com by July 31st. Or you can snail mail it, and they give the address here, Intrepid DX Group, 3052 Wetmore Drive in San Jose, California, 95148 USA. And it does need to be postmarked by July 31st. The winner will be announced on the website and Facebook page on August 10th. All submissions become the property of Intrepid DX Group and may be published. And if you have questions, email Paul N6PSE. That's all one word, Paul N6PSE at gmail.com. And the Intrepid DX Group is a 501c3 nonprofit that promotes amateur radio in developing countries, and we've had a couple of their DXpeditions on this program. So that's a cool new thing, and I wanted to get the word out there on that. All right, well, Julie is on the show tonight. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. If you're listening to us live on Thursday night, later on in the show, you'll have a chance to call in, and I'll give you the phone number to do so. It's 859-982-7373. 859-982-7373. You can also tweet us. It's at Ham Talk Live on Twitter. And I'll be back with Julie right after this word from ICOM America right here on Ham Talk Live. Get out and be active with ICOM's new IC705 and its optional multi-function backpack. The IC705 is your perfect QRP companion as you have base station features and functionality at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF, 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. This compact rig weighs in at just 1 kilo, or a little over 2 pounds, with RF direct sampling for most of the HF band and IF sampling for frequencies above 25 megahertz, and that large 4.3-inch color touch screen with live band scope and waterfall. The IC705 does 5 watts with a BP272 battery or 10 watts with a 13.8-volt DC power supply, has sideband CW, AM, FM, and full D-Star functions, a micro USB connector, Bluetooth, and wireless LAN, integrated GPS with an antenna and GPS logger, a micro SD card slot, a speaker mic comes standard, and supports QRP operations. The perfect accessory for your 705 is the optional backpack LC192 with a special compartment for your IC705 and room for accessories for soda activations or just a day in the park. Make sure you visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios. And register now for QSO Today's groundbreaking Virtual Ham Expo. This expo will be filled with virtual exhibits and guest speakers, all from the convenience of your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Visit QSOTodayHamExpo.com to register.
Right now, you could be sitting on a beach, sipping a drink with an umbrella in it, and enjoying the good life. But instead, you've decided to listen to Ham Talk Live. So we thank you. And now here's Neil Rapp with more of the show.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Scott and Jill at Tower Electronics for sponsoring the show tonight to help bring you Ham Talk Live. They'll be back on the Hamfest Trail as soon as this pandemic mess is over, but you can reach them anytime. PL-259.com. Ham Talk Live's on the air every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here at hamtalklive.com. And also thanks to ICOM America. Make sure you check out their line of gear over at icomamerica.com/amateur. And thanks to ICOM for sponsoring the show tonight as well. All right, well, Julie Swigert is a high school Spanish teacher in Hebron, Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, just across the river. She grew up just down the road from the National Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting in Westchester, Ohio, which you've heard about many times on this program. Julie is also the secretary of the Way Ministries Guadalajara, which is a missions organization that takes volunteers to Guadalajara, Mexico, twice annually, when there's not a pandemic, at least, to serve in churches and do construction at an orphanage. Julie's been to the Dayton Hamvention numerous times, as well as the Huntsville Ham Fest, and puts up with my ham radio activities on trips and even at work. She even sat through part of a contest. And July 11th, we're getting married, and part of the celebration will include a special event call sign N4J, Neil for Julie, N4J, for a few days next weekend. And she's always saying, when are you going to have me on the show? When are you going to have me on the show? And so, you know, I'd say, okay, I'll put you on. And then it's like, well, no. Yeah. So this time, I said, okay, Julie, this is your chance to be on the show, and everybody can get your side of the story. So here she is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Julie Swaggart.
Thanks, honey. I thought Don Wilpinks was supposed to be your last resort guest on the show, and you got me on instead. So I don't know if I'm lower than him, or if he's lower than me, that you asked me before him. I'm not sure where that stands.
No, see, everybody keeps saying that. Christian says that. Now Don's saying it. Now you're like, you're not the last resort.
Oh, I am.
I'm
not a ham radio operator, so I have to be a last resort.
No, the last resort would be like putting Allie on. Although Allie's been on the show. Allie the cat.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the last resort. So we had this wedding all planned out for May 30th. And then the whole pandemic hit, and we postponed it. And July 11th ended up being the date that we had picked. And I had already filed for a call sign several times. W8W, which was W for wedding. And I thought, you know, that'll be great. And, you know, WLW is just down the road, you know, and it's in the same town. So, you know, it kind of matches up. And every time I would turn it in, it got turned down. I don't know why, but they rejected it. And they rejected it. And they rejected it. And then we got the idea for N4J, because then we could have, you know, Neil for Julie and do N4J. And so I applied for it and didn't hear anything back. And I checked every day for like a month, and there was nothing there. So I kind of let it go. And with the pandemic going on, I was like, yeah, you know, I don't know. We're going to be, you know, we're just trying to pull off a wedding. I'm not going to push the issue. So I happened to look, and it was there. They had approved it. And I was actually thinking about trying to, you know, call up somebody and say, okay, why is this not getting approved? What's going on? They had approved it. So I put in for the rescheduled dates, and it came up that same day. So we have this N4J special event station next weekend. So what are your thoughts about having a call sign for next weekend?
Well, I suppose the day has been all about what I want in a lot of ways. So if this keeps you happy, I'll allow it. I have, as a matter of fact, though, threatened the groomsmen, two of whom are also hams, that at 4:30, if any one of you is not there at the front of the barn where we're getting married, ready to be married, no antennas sticking out of any pockets or set up anywhere in the barn, that they will have to deal with me. And I think the groomsmen are scared enough of me that I think that was a threat enough, and we should be good.
Now, I was
Whether or
talking
not
about...
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, the groom knows better. But I was actually talking to my best friend, and will be the best man, Eric, in 9KDB this afternoon. And he was talking about that post on Facebook, and he said, I didn't even have to read the whole post. As soon as Julie said, "Let me be clear," that was it. That's what he said.
I'm very easygoing. I understand this is important to you, and I don't fully understand it, but I'm very, very supportive of it because you have your things, I have mine, and we are very supportive of each other with that. And so it's fine Thursday. It's fine Friday until about 5:30. It's fine on Sunday. It's even fine Saturday morning, as long as it doesn't interfere with what needs to happen. If you are not there ready to marry me at 4:30, we're going to have a problem.
Yes, I can definitely understand that. But we get our own call sign.
Yay, fun. Especially when I don't even have a call sign. I don't, well, okay.
Yeah, this is your chance because your name is on the call sign.
I mean, it's just a letter. That letter could stand for a whole lot of different things.
No, but your last name is on the registration.
Is that legal?
Yeah, that's legal.
What I am? I've been told so many times I've done things that are illegal, I don't even know it.
And you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It scares me sometimes.
All right. Moving on. So, when I was on Ham Nation a few weeks ago, Jocelyn tells me that someone in the chat room had this to say when I mentioned that you were going to let me have a tower once we got a home together. And this is what they said. Marry her, marry her, marry her. So, what are your thoughts on how much trouble it's been to try to find a home in your area that allows antennas?
I have to calm myself down before I answer that. Okay, so it's not so hard to find an area that will allow antennas. We've got to go outside of main subdivisions. That's doable, but all the houses don't meet the prerequisites that we need. Like, not only do we have to have a place that allows a tower, but no, the spare bedroom that you're working from has to be in the back of the house, can't be in the front of the house. We found a perfect house a couple of weeks ago. Gorgeous. Went to see it, walked through it. I fell in love, but it's a no, just simply because the master bedroom is in the back and the spare bedrooms are in the front. And apparently, like, distance from said antenna or from said tower has something to do with something. And so it was either the master bedroom becomes your ham shack and I end up sleeping in a tiny spare bedroom, or that wasn't our house. And so we concluded that was not our house. So it has been frustrating. I would have already found a house by now or found land upon which to build a house. But it's very challenging. And yet I drive by, like when I come to see you in Indiana, I drive by all these places where there's land for sale out in the country, and it's just so doable. I think it's because we're in the suburbs, so close to downtown Cincinnati, that everything is already taken, and it's just really hard to come by land if we want to build. So that has added a challenge. But as far as having the tower, I don't care. I mean, again, that's your thing, and that's what you're passionate about, and I will always, always, always support you in that. in whatever way I can. So I don't care about having a tower. The difficulties in getting a house with said tower has been stressful amidst planning for a wedding too. So,
not to mention in the middle of a pandemic, and literally
in the middle of a
everything
pandemic
has to be done twice.
Well, this is my joke. We are on the second wedding dress because I had an issue with that back in December. We are on the second venue after our venue unexpectedly canceled on us 4 weeks ago, I guess. We are on the second date because of the pandemic. So I just keep warning Neil to watch out because I could move on to the second man. I mean, it's an option. I don't know who he would be, but it is an option. If I wanted to move on there, I could. I'm just kidding, honey.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You better be. But
You
literally.
much,
Oh, go ahead.
you put up with much with me for so long now that, like, you're the one. I'm keeping you.
Oh. Well, but everything has been the second. It's like we get these cooling fans. Well, now they don't fit, so we got to get them from someplace else. I ordered ballpoint pens so people would have their own pens so that we wouldn't have to share pens, because of the whole pandemic thing. They canceled those, and I had to reorder them. It's like we had to do everything twice. And now we're
No, we still have a cater.
looking for land. Yeah, we did. That's true. We did keep the caterer.
That's it, though.
But that's
And
about
each
it.
other.
And each other.
That's the important part.
All right. Okay. So we've got one more question, and then I'm getting to all these comments, and my screen and my phone and Twitter and everything is like exploding. So we'll get to all that here in a little bit. But for others that are listening out there, what advice would you give to someone marrying a ham radio operator?
Be patient. Usually Neil does his own thing, and I know when he's doing ham stuff, I kind of leave him alone. But this whole satellite pass thing, it has just about done us in on multiple occasions. I don't know who created this dumb satellite pass thing. Anytime we're driving down the road, and I don't mean dumb, like I don't really mean that, but we're driving down the road and like he'll just randomly yell at me, okay, we got a satellite pass, you got to get off at this exit. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I get off and he's like, not that way, go the other way because it's higher elevation. And it's very nerve-wracking to try and get to where I'm supposed to be. And then sometimes it's go up that little drive right there. And I'm like, honey, that's somebody's personal driveway. I don't care, go up it. Like, it's very odd. I got to be flexible. And, it just requires a certain amount of patience. But because I know it's what you love, I'm willing to do it. And in the same light, you turn around and support the things I love. So I think it's important that everybody has their own interests and their own hobbies when they're together so that you have other places to have outlets. And your ham radio friends, like, I love them. They are some of the dearest people that I've ever met. I absolutely love them, and I call them family. And so I've met some amazing people because of this being your hobby. But it does require a certain amount of patience from time to time.
Especially the ketchup incident.
You had your priorities out of line, honey. It was very clear that your priorities were out of line. We stopped so you could do a satellite pass. We're in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. And, I mean, it was technically a parking lot, but it was like an old abandoned
it was a
parking.
Wendy's parking lot in Georgia.
No, we weren't in the Wendy's. We went into the old empty parking lot beside it somewhere.
Oh, beside it. That's right. That's right.
So we are stopped, and I'm eating my lunch while he's trying to do a satellite pass, and I got ketchup everywhere, and he just didn't care. He did not care that I got ketchup all over because it was more important for him to make the contact. He's learned since. I think I've trained him a little better. That was about 3 or 4 years ago, so I've had some time to train him a little bit better that a stain or a crisis on that part is more pressing than his satellite pass. I still think he might argue differently, but I know I'm right, so.
And you've learned about grid squares.
I have learned about grid squares, and I saw my first visual of them the other day when you posted something, so it makes so much more sense now. I'm always hearing, I've got to cross a line. I've got to go across the line. And I'm like, where are these lines that you're talking about? I'm looking everywhere and I don't see them. There are no lines. But apparently there are in his head.
Yeah.
And I guess all you other people understand what these lines are, but I look everywhere. So.
All right. Well, there we go. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to start addressing all these comments and tweets and calls and whatever else. So
should I be scared?
Probably. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen the numbers this high this early on in the show. So maybe.
Okay.
All right. I'll be back with Julie right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Is this getting serious?
I think so.
Well, how do you feel about it? Just imagine if you hadn't run out of PL259s.
Just imagine if your connectors weren't from Tower Electronics.
Consider the sophisticated quality of connectors from Tower Electronics. Their silver-plated end connectors are so good, they've even been used on the International Space Station.
I'm not so sure why I ever used any other PL259s.
Mine are better. Besides, you deserve the best. You know I love you.
Don't be caught without PL259s. Visit Tower Electronics at a Hamfest near you, or visit them online anytime at pl-259.com or call 920-435-2973. They also have ham sticks, mobile antennas, and meters too. See the whole catalog. Go to pl-259.com. Tower Electronics, the ham's dime store since 1978.
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 859-982-7373. Again, the number to call is 859-982-7373. Or, if you'd rather type than talk, tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Now, here's Neil Rapp with more Ham Talk Live.
Ham Talk Live with Neil Rapp.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Scott and Jill again for sponsoring the show. From Tower Electronics, pl-259.com. Be sure to listen to Ham Talk Live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here at hamtalklive.com. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And it's now time for your phone calls. So now is the time to call. If you have a question for Julie, call 859-982-7373. Again, 859-982-7373, or you can tweet at Ham Talk Live. And if you're listening to us on the podcast version or on WTWW, we won't be able to take your call because we're recording this on Thursday night. And oh my goodness, the comments and tweets and all this stuff. I haven't even been able to read them all yet, so I don't know what we have. But we have a phone call, so let's take the phone call. Good evening. Welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Good evening. This is Aaron. I'm calling from St. Louis, Missouri. I have a question for Julie. Julie, Hey, good evening, Neil. This is Brian, KG5GJT.
Oh, it's Captain Potster.
I got somebody else here with me, Neil.
Liz is here.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Brian.
What's going on? We just had to call and say congratulations again, and we're looking forward to y'all having the big day. And I need to know more about this special event. Are we going to have special QSL cards?
Yes, we are. So we're going to do the N4J call sign Thursday through Sunday, and I'll probably be on some on Thursday. Now, outside of that, I don't know, but family, friends, groomsmen, they'll be on, and we'll do a QSL card with the wedding picture on it after we get them back and everything. We'll do it up and do a QSL card. So, N4J.
All right. Well, I'm going to definitely try and work you. And also, sorry we didn't get to see you and Julie this year in Huntsville at the Ham Fest, but hopefully next year it'll be back to normal and we'll get to hang out with y'all again.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, we missed seeing you down there, and we will miss seeing you again next month. But hopefully next year we'll be able to do it. So, thanks for calling, Brian. It's good to hear from you and Liz, and have a great day.
All right, good talking to y'all. See you later, Neil and Julie.
Bye, Neil and Julie.
Bye.
All right, there we go. So it's Brian, KG5GJT, from down in Louisiana. And then we also have someone who works in Louisiana at least part of the time on the line. Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. Good evening, Don. Are you there? Hello, Don. Hello, Don. Okay, we've lost Dawn.
I think we lost Dawn.
We lost Dawn. All right, we've got another call coming in, so let me do that. Oh, and it says rejected. Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Can you hear me now, Neil?
Oh, I hear you now.
I'm trying to be here.
Okay. We've got a
okay.
phone call
Can you hear me, Neil?
I think. Yes.
Well, crap.
Are you on the phone? Oh, he left. Okay, he must be having technical difficulties. Who do we have on the phone?
I'm trying to be here. Okay.
Is that you?
I can't hear you, Neil.
Oh, hello? Hello, hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Neil.
Yes.
Hi, it's Katie and Mandy, Julie's cousins.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Congratulations, you two. We're so excited.
Wow. We're even getting cousins calling into the show now.
Well, yeah, of course. Hi, Julie.
Hi, guys. We can't wait to see you next weekend, Katie, especially Mandy, too, but we saw you recently, so.
Okay, thanks for that.
We're very excited to see you guys.
It's going to be awesome.
We're excited
You
to see
guys
you
have done
too.
a great job of reinventing it a few times over.
Just a few.
Just roll with the punches.
We're really good in our family about, being flexible, right, Julie?
Yeah, no, not at all. Everything is planned out very strategically, and that's the only way it's supposed to go. We don't handle change at all.
Day. We're super excited to be part of it. Yep, just enjoy these next 9 days and the countdown.
Yeah, the countdown is on.
Yep, and we're all going to be there cheering you on. We love you both.
Go Buckeyes.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Love you.
All right. Love y'all too.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. 859-982-7373. Boy, the lines are lighting up here. Let's see who we have here. Hello. Welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Neil, how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
This is Skeeter Nash, N5ASH, calling you from the road.
And where are you, Skeeter?
I am about. Let's see. I'm not quite to Union City, Tennessee, which is my destination on this particular run in the big truck. Actually, I started a new dedicated route this week. So I am running loads of some sort of chicken parts between Tyson plants. Pick up the loaded trailer in Union City, Tennessee, take it up to Robards, Kentucky, grab an empty trailer there, bring it back down to Union City, and do the whole process twice a day through the week. And the nice thing about it is it's going to have me home at least for part of the weekend and maybe a little bit into Monday. So, like, if I have to do a doctor appointment or something like that, I can do it on Monday, which is cool.
Oh,
but
cool.
It beats the heck out of being out there 3 and 4 weeks at a time, which is what I was doing before, being away from home for that long. So, yes, my lovely and gracious bride, Sweetie, KF5KRN, she's a lot happier about the arrangement. And so, anyway, this is the first chance I've had really to call into Ham Talk Live, and I've got a reminder now that pops up to remind me the show is live so that I can listen in and check things out. So I want to offer best wishes to you and Miss Julie on the upcoming nuptials and everything. Or did I miss it? Has it already happened?
Nope. Saturday. Next Saturday.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Okay.
Next Saturday. The 11th. Yes.
Next Saturday.
7/11.
Very good. So after very good. Okay. Well, my wife and I got married on Groundhog Day in 2001. And so next year we will celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. And we're very, very excited about that and blessed. And so
Congratulations.
hopefully, well, thank you. And hopefully you guys will also enjoy multiple decades of love and happiness and togetherness. I hope your marriage is at least, if not more happier than ours has been, and ours has been a good one. So, speaking of weddings, did you hear about there was an important wedding recently. I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a YL that had a 40-meter dipole, and she got married to an OM that had a 20-meter beam. Okay, hex beam, or maybe that's wrong. Some kind of beam antenna, right? Well, the wedding really wasn't all that exciting, but the reception was fantastic. A little radio joke there for you guys.
Yeah, I didn't have my punchline sound effect quite there. I got it there, but it was a little late. Sorry.
Well, that's all right. That's okay. Timing.
Overrun on the chat.
So can I clarify something for you? You said the best part of your new route. You said that your best part of your new route is that you're home more often, but I would argue that there's also a good part that you come to Kentucky. That's always got to be a highlight.
Well, it's mostly I-69 is most of my route, so it's pretty. The nice thing about it is the biggest city that I go through on the route really is like Madisonville, Kentucky, which is not that big. It's just they've got a nice little couple of shopping centers and along the interstate there. But otherwise, the traffic is pretty light usually, and it's more of a rural highway route, and so I don't have to deal with a lot of traffic that way, which is actually really, really nice. And so this has been my first week of doing this, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up. So it's not that bad, and I think I can live with it for now. And I'm just happy to be employed. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are still having a lot of troubles with that out there, but I'm just thankful thankful to the Lord above that I can still bring home a paycheck,
Well, I know that route very well down through Madisonville. It's about the size of my hometown. And
Yeah.
I've been on that road many, many times. And I-69 is like out my window, right? But it's just a lot further north.
Yeah, you're a lot further north than what I'm going on this route. But and in case anybody has any questions, no, I do not have any kind of a ham rig in the big truck. Not yet. I'd like to. I carry an HT with me, and from time to time I've tried to hit local repeaters if I'm parked somewhere, because of course I got to dial them up. I look on a repeater book and find them and dial them up on the handy talkie. But other than that, my ham radio activity is very limited with the truck situation right now. But I would love to change that at some point. It's just a matter of time and money and having the proper amount of both in the proper sequence.
Yeah, I get that. So we're gonna hold you on here for just a minute if you can. But before we segue here, as we say in these here radio part things, how did you go from hauling ice cream to chicken parts?
Oh, well, that's a good question. It's a matter of I had a talk with my driver manager and my terminal manager, the people I deal with. Some might call driver managers. Some companies call them dispatchers. Okay, he's the person responsible for making sure that I get routed to where I'm going to go and have miles and everything. Well, I was kind of unhappy with the situation I was in because the miles were up and down and up and down. 1 week I'd make a decent amount of money. Next week I might have nearly a zero paycheck. And it was just because of the way that they were running the freight. And there's a lot of hurry up and wait when it comes to hauling refrigerated loads, which is what I do, the reefer truck, reefer trailers. And so I just kind of said, hey, can we work something out that gets me home a little bit more often, has a more consistent method, more consistent mileage, and et cetera, et cetera. So, so that's what we wound up doing with this. And so I was occasionally hauling ice cream loads, but I hauled all kinds of things. I've hauled pharmaceuticals.
The timing may be better, but that seems like a downgrade from ice cream to chicken parts.
Well, hey, who doesn't? Well, yeah, obviously, ice cream is wonderful and everybody loves it. You scream ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. But the fact of the matter is, I can't, it's not like I can just open up the doors of the trailer and say, hey, I think I'd like a drumstick. It doesn't work that way. That's a good way to get fired, arrested, charged with theft and all kinds of things. Lose your commercial driver's license. It's not a pretty thing. So you don't do that. But, hey, I don't care. I really don't care what I haul as long as long as I get that paycheck at the end of the week. So doesn't matter to me.
Well, unbeknownst to you, we have one of your partners in crime on the line. I think a little bird told me finally that the technical difficulties have been resolved, and Don Wilbanks, AE5DW, is here.
I had issues. I was on my Ham Nation wireless headphone protocol, and I'm plugged in with the Sonys, and I had Blatton, and a couple of glasses of wine, and with considering the downpour, that's about 4. So, listen, I just have a few things that I need to address here with the fair young Julie. The fair young Julie. Yes, ma'am.
Don.
Yes, baby.
You had wine. Where's mine?
Well, listen, geography is not our friend, darling.
You can ship it.
But I do recall a margarita incident. But that's not why I called. Listen, I've got a couple of questions here. First off, listen, if you're looking for a place, do what we do. We bought 10 acres, okay? And the only thing that we cannot do on this property, you can put as many miles of antenna wire and towers as you want on here, but we can't raise hogs. So keep that in mind when you're looking for property. If the only restriction is you can't raise hogs, you can put as much ham up as you want to. Now, listen, here's the second thing. You were talking about these antenna these satellite contacts. I'm already wearing a kilt to the wedding. Yes, I'm coming to the wedding. That's confirmed. And I'm wearing my kilt. Now, here's the question, Neil. If I show up at the door with a handy-talkie and an elk satellite antenna, will I be turned away?
You won't be turned away by me.
Okay, good. That's all I need to know.
I told her that this back deck on the barn would be great for satellite.
See, I think the elk antenna would be the perfect accessory to go along with a kilt.
I agree.
I really do.
Hey,
so
Don?
She's completely speechless at this point, which is odd. Yes, yes, Skeeter.
Yeah.
Tim, go ahead.
Skeeter Nash, N5ASH, Amateur Radio Newsline here.
Yes.
Well, you know,
Lord.
if
Nashville, Tennessee, hello.
Yes, that's right.
If I
line two, Nashville, Skeeter in the truck. You're on line two. Go ahead.
If I were to crash the wedding and showed up in overalls and playing a banjo, would I be turned away?
I'm in Oklahoma. I don't care. I'm from Oklahoma, dude. I don't care what you show up in. You'd have to talk to Julie.
I can't play the banjo anyway.
You know, hey, listen, the definition of perfect pitch, by the way, and I realize this is off subject, the definition of perfect pitch is standing 35 feet away from an outhouse, throwing a banjo at it, and getting it in the hole on the first try. That's perfect pitch.
And hitting an accordion on the way through. But I want to tell you, anyway. Well, Don, it's good to visit with you, and you know, I guess we've kind of taken over Neil's show here. It's probably not fair to him. We should probably get our own show.
Is the world ready for that?
No.
I don't know, but it could be fun. Hey, listen, in all seriousness, Don is a wonderful friend, and we had a good time last year in Huntsville. In fact, that's where I got to actually meet up with Neil and Julie in person for the very first time. We all had a wonderful time. Unfortunately, that time isn't going to happen this year, which really sucks. But just like to say, I managed to get a report in last week, and I'm also in this week's edition of Newsline, so it's kind of good to be back. I've got, you guys aren't going to believe this, I actually brought my PR30 out with me on this run. And I've got a little interface and a way to put it all through my iPad. So if Karen, Eve Murray, KD5GUT, or no, I've got her call. That's not her call, is it? What's her call?
KD2.
KD2GUT. I had most of it right. She sends something out for me to do a report. I can now manage to do that even if I'm on the road.
Good. So
if you hear a little motor noise rumble underneath my reports, please excuse that, because it might mean the engine's idling so that I can keep the air conditioning running. But I am about a mile or so from my destination, which means I'm going to have to jump out and switch trailers and do all kinds of truck drivey type stuff. So you all carry on, and thanks for letting me get in, Neil. And I'll try to chime in if you want me to from time to time. And otherwise, 7-3 to everybody, and have a great 4th of July holiday. God bless America, and I'll hang up and listen off the air.
All right, Skeeter. You had to get that in there,
Great
right?
guy. Great
Long-time caller, first-time listener.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
Exactly.
In regards,
Bye, y'all.
In regards to the
See you, Skeeter.
Yeah, Julie.
This would not be my first encounter of you with a kilt, because if I remember correctly, before I'd even met you, I was told that I had to cut out a life-size you, affix you to poster board, and then cut out a life-size you. And I remember trimming around a kilt for that.
Yeah, and I still have the scars from that, by the way. Listen, that life-size cutout, well, it's actually like 85%. But it is in my office at iHeart New Orleans, right next to a life-size cutout of oh God, I've just blanked on her name. The singer with Sugarland, Jennifer Nettles. That cutout is in good company. However, I haven't been to the office in 3 months. I know we're short on time, but listen, I just wanted to say that I love you two. You are the perfect couple for each other. My wife and I will have been married 36 years in September, and I am thrilled that the two of us will be able to share the day that you guys become husband and wife next weekend, because we're coming, and I wasn't sure it was going to happen. My wife said, you know what? We got the time, and right now we have the money, so let's do it. And so we're doing it. And I am so excited about being there because I love you guys so much, and I can't wait for you to meet my wife of almost 36 years. And I just wish that you guys have a fraction of the happiness that we've had. It's not been easy. It never is easy, but you know what? The result is worth the struggle. So bless you too. That's basically all I have to say.
Thank you, Don. It made my day this week when I found out that you guys were coming. It was
Good.
So exciting. Nice surprise.
Well, mine too. Mine too. And I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you.
All right.
All right, Don. Thanks for calling, and we'll see
Thanks,
you
brother.
next week. Looking forward to it.
Bye.
All right. Thanks so much. Oh, my goodness. The phone's still ringing. We haven't got to the comments. We haven't got to the tweets. We haven't even got to the text. So, all right, let's do one more call here. Hello. Welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Thanks for the welcome. This is KD2GUT. I have been enjoying this 21st century version of Burns and Allen.
Hi, Karen.
The two of you need your own radio show. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We have one of those. And Skeeter was getting off topic. I'm like, wait a minute. The whole show is off topic.
Oh, life is off topic. I'm telling you. By the way, I wanted to give you a tip. Julie, cover your ears. I hear there'll be a satellite over the barn on July. Right about the time you'll be exchanging vows. I think there's going to be a satellite pass. No.
Karen?
No.
Joking. Karen? It's a joke.
No, wait a minute. It's 4:30. That's not the right time.
Exactly. It's a joke. Hi, Julie. I'm so happy for you guys. So happy for you guys. Julie, I want to get some advice from you. You worked through the pileup to get Neil, right? You got through the pileup. You're the one with the valid contact, and that's happening next week. When the station goes on the air and they've got the special event happening, any tips on how to work through the pileup and make a contact with N4J?
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna stay out of that, but I will tell you this: I have discovered through the time that there probably will be such a thing because Neil is loved. He is well loved by many, and
yes,
I am so grateful that the people that love him and want to support him have also embraced me.
Well, you both are loved. You both are loved, and you know that. You're a part of our family already. So I guess I'll just trust to the fates that I can land a good contact. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I think your day will be blessed. I think it
will
already
try and
is.
figure out how to make priority.
Well, like Neil was saying, you did everything twice, or you had to do everything twice. So maybe next year in Dayton, you'll exchange your vows with all of us present. For those of us who do it twice, it's twice as good.
Honestly, Dayton
Twice
has a
as
bad
good.
track record with me.
Oh.
I've had a bad track record. I was denied entry last year, and I didn't even want in. I just was with Neil, but whatever. And then the year before, I had a family emergency during Dayton. So Dayton's not always kind. So I want to be careful with that.
Oh, I think we're gonna change the karma. We're gonna change the karma.
Okay.
Now you'll be there as Mrs. WB9VPG or Mrs. Neil Rapp. It's gonna be different.
Sounds good.
It's gonna be great. I'm glad I got through tonight. By the way, I'm really excited for you guys, and the night would not have been complete.
We miss you so much at the wedding, but
yeah, I wish we could do it. I wish circumstances were such. I'm glad you guys are finally getting married after all the hassle of the past few months. But I'll be watching. I'll be live streaming.
Hassle? It's been an adventure.
Well, yeah, I bought special pajamas to wear to the to the ceremony.
Oh no!
And I'll be wearing a party hat, and you'll have to trust me on this.
Now, I'm going to give you the tip Julie should have given you on how to contact the groom on N4J. Think Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Think Thursday.
That I will.
Because
that I will.
The N4J special event operation is going to take place whenever it is safe to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And with Julie around, I think Thursday is probably the safest option.
Gotcha.
Because I won't be around Thursday.
Now, nobody else is hearing this, right? This is just for me.
Right, just for you. No one else is hearing this.
Is hearing this.
Except for, everybody listening to the
everybody listening. Well,
show.
Thank you for the tip. I will be listening for you, and I look forward to the contact, and I look forward to the QSL card, and definitely will have my computer booted up and my big screen watching the live stream and weeping for happiness and also for sadness that I can't be there. But we will be with you very much in our hearts.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. We will
Thank
miss
you, Karen.
We know you'll be there watching, so thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, this is a great show. Neil, I think you got a co-host here.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we'll make this full-time thing.
I like it. The golden age of radio.
I just remembered I'm busy on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Okay. I
think
a
she
couple,
is, but
yeah. Okay.
She's
Well,
not
I
this
think
late.
you'll be busy too. I think we'll all be where we need to be. No satellites Thursday night. I hope not.
Yeah, no satellites Thursday night. All right, Karen. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. We send our love, and we will be in touch. 7388. Take good care, guys.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Text from Best Man Eric in 9KDP says, I think he aired this episode of Ham Talk Live on Dr. Phil the other day. So there you go. His wife, Amy, says, I've got your back, Julie. No antennas sticking out of anywhere, and Eric will be on time. So there you go.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay. I said I was only going to take one more call, and then I see who this is. So I'm going to break the rule. We're going to have to do this quick, though, because we're already 15 minutes over, and I haven't even got through the treats yet. But good evening, Scott Cole, KB9 AMM.
Neil, greetings. Julie, so glad to hear you on the air, even if it is through the podcast. I'll make it brief because I know you are running out of time. Julie, you made a good choice in picking a ham radio operator to share your life with. You never have to worry about him going to the bars because he'll play on the radios. You never have to worry about him gambling at the racetrack because he's going to spend all of his money on radios. You're going to have a wonderful life together. I'm really hoping. Don't laugh so hard. You know I'm right. All the operators out there know I'm right. My one question for you. You're very welcome. My one question is, what kind of de-expedition are you having for your honeymoon?
Excuse me?
Oh, you didn't tell her about
that. And that
that
was
yet,
not
Neil.
an excuse me because I didn't hear you. I heard you loud and clear. It was an excuse me of you better change your tone.
I was just kidding, honest.
No,
I hope you guys have a really, really wonderful...
Our original honeymoon was supposed to be in Jamaica, and he actually applied to have his lessons in Jamaica so that he could operate while we were there, and I agreed to that. But that has been canceled, and now we're just going away for just a couple of days, so there will be no ham radio involved except for during drive time.
Well, I'm glad that you're letting them do that during drive time because it's still a fun way to pass the time driving, and I think in time you're going to probably work on getting your license, and I look forward to that day, but we're not going to rush you on it. I hope everything goes smoothly for the next couple of weeks here, that there's no other problems that creep up. Chances are I'm not going to be able to make it to the wedding, but it's not totally ruled out as of this point in time. And now that I hear that Don's going to be there in his kilt, I really have a reason to try and be there. Wish I had my kilt, but they're still working on it. Omar, the tent maker, is still working on it. But maybe one day.
We might need to invest in the bouncer for the wedding.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that.
Well, I will be thinking about you if I don't make it there, and we'll probably try and catch the internet video then, and we'll see what happens. I still have a couple things going on locally here with my eye doctor, and hopefully I'm going to get that squared away, and then hopefully things will get back to normal for us. So anyway, best wishes. Godspeed to both of you. Enjoy and be blessed. And 73.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Tell Jill I said hi.
All right, she's listening in the other room. I stepped outside with the phone. So, okay, 7-3, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, now I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble. Okay, and then now we're getting more calls. We can't take calls all night. Sorry, but here's one that is an issue. Emmeline wanted to say hi, and she was on hold for 15 minutes. She said to text you. She says hi. So hi, Emmeline.
Aww.
Emmeline is the flower girl.
Who happens to be my niece.
Yes. So hello, Emmeline.
Most beautiful little girl ever.
She is. Jocelyn says, nice show tonight. Looking forward to seeing both next week. So we've got that. All right, let's see here. Okay, I better take this. See the area code. I better take it. I said I wasn't. Okay. Hello, welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Hello.
Hello.
Neil.
Yes.
All right, you better take this one. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, my goodness.
This is Emmeline. Emmeline's representative.
Emmeline's representative. Ah, okay, got it. You're representing Emmeline. Well, it's still in the family, so, you know.
Well, you just wanted to say congratulations.
Well,
Tim and Michael.
Tim, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, Neil, it's Michael.
Hey, Michael.
We can't wait to be up there.
Hi, Michael.
I know. I hope they'll let us in with the travel.
Stop. Don't give me any ideas. No Florida quarantine.
No quarantines.
Hey,
That's
Neil,
right.
where's the
You guys
honeymoon?
are Florida, so maybe we won't let you in. I don't know.
Well, Michael, we think Georgia. actually. There's a long story.
We're in Georgia. We're in Georgia
Well-
now.
Well, somewhere in the middle. It's kind of, sort of close to Atlanta.
That's cool. Peaceful.
Sort of.
Mountains.
So yeah, we wanted to try the beach, but with all the, pandemic stuff.
Anywhere
we're like,
that's a city or a beach.
You should have flown down to Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've heard there's some nice people down there.
Yeah.
There's some great beaches.
And good people.
And good
And Katie's
people.
here too.
Yep. Yep. And one of my guests, Kevin, he's Merritt Island. We'll call that close enough. Kevin was
That's
on
close.
last week.
Brevard County.
That's the Space Coast.
Yep. Same county.
We've really
All
enjoyed
right,
the
guys.
show, though,
Well,
Really enjoyed.
thank you so much for listening and calling in.
Yeah, go Buckeyes.
You had to get that in. All right.
Thanks, Tim.
Congratulations, guys.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now, okay. I'm stopping with the phone. I can't. Okay, we got to get done. We're already 20 minutes over. All right, Neil and Julie, let me wish you a fabulous wedding ceremony and many years of happy marriage. You're a great couple. Commend you both for your work as educators. And let's see. I'm trying to figure out who Moose Caboose is, but it's Moose Caboose on Twitter. I don't see any call sign here. Let's see. What else do we have here on Twitter? Trying to move through these as quick as I can. Carl, KD9HQT, is moving to Indianapolis the same weekend as the wedding, so he's not going to be around. And let's see, that was Dawn. And Karen Eve Murray says, what grid square is the barn? She heard there might be a satellite in the neighborhood on the big day. Yeah, that's Echo Mike 79, by the way. Echo Mike 79 is the grid square for the barn. Dr. Scott Wright, Key0MD, says, Julie and Neil, let me wish you a fabulous wedding ceremony and many years of happy marriage. You're a great couple, and I commend you both for all your work as educators. Brett, WI7BG, says, Neil, perhaps you should get a house with an outbuilding which can literally be your shack.
Yeah.
Carl also says, did you get a spotted cow for the wedding? Do we have a spotted cow
Why
for the
a spotted
wedding?
cow?
I don't know.
Why do you?
I don't know.
No, we have a Dawn.
Yeah, we have a Dawn.
That should
Yeah. Scott says, Julie, glad you finally got on the show. What took Neil so long to have you on? Julie, what do you like most about Neil? His affection for reruns of WKRP in Cincinnati, the Voice of America Museum, or his secret desire to do a talk radio show?
Oh gosh. You know what? I love that he loves people, and so anything that connects him with other people, I think that's important. So WKRP can go, but anything else is good.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Paul Brown, go ahead.
Which is sad because my biggest complaint is that you never watch TV with me. But so that could be a way to watch TV, but
yeah,
not feeling.
Good. Could be. Paul Brown, WD9GCO, says, I'm at a dentist appointment. What? Who has a dentist appointment at 8 o'clock at night?
It's 10
so I can't
o'clock.
call. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock now. Well, 9 o'clock in his time zone. Love both of you. I'm thrilled you found each other. And Julie, I'm going to build a quadrifilar helix with a stacked egg beater for satellite work. What would you recommend for the matching stubs?
I don't even know what that means. But an egg beater I can use in the kitchen, so take it apart and let me have the materials I need to cook.
There you go. Okay, we got through the tweets. All right, here's Jill KD8QGA is in the shack. Whoop whoop. So yes, thank you, Jill, for being there, and John W4USF, Troy W9KVR, and John says that you have to try to keep me in line. And let's see. Okay, I lost my place here. Goodness gracious, there's so many here. All right, where are we? All right. Troy says, looking forward to hearing her side of the story. And yeah, we already talked about Dawn not being the last resort, nor Julie. Jill says, a tidbit for me, don't ever go to bed angry. Whatever is going on, shelve it till the next day. Trust me, it doesn't help having it rolling around in your head all night. Mentally shelve it. So there you go. Lisa, now you met Lisa out in Connecticut. Lisa says if you have the app for 7-Eleven, you can get a free Slurpee any day during the month. So maybe we need to go find a 7-Eleven on the honeymoon. Because it's not
right. That's still the problem. We don't have any 7-Elevens around here. I had my first Slurpee experience with Lisa last year, and I'm so grateful for that. That was a fun memory.
Yeah, it was. It was. We got free Slurpees. And since we're getting married on 7-Eleven, why not? Tim Hayes, KG9NA, says, here's hoping for many great years to come. Just remember who's the head of the household. Sorry, Neil, not you. God bless both of you. Oh, Dawn said, I'll allow it. This can't be good. And yeah, Jill says, yeah, she just burned you. Okay. And yes, Don says he's wearing his kilt and he'll have his HT. So, yeah. Tim says, you better keep her. And yeah, let me be clear. Famous last words. Let's see. Oh, hi, Chris. AA4CB. Don says, oh, this is gold. I don't know. I don't know if this is gold radio. Is this Emmy award winning radio? I don't know. Let's see. Jill says, Julie, stand your ground, girl. And John W4USF says, don't leave Bloomington, closest city to heaven. John, I'm not sure that's going to go over. I don't know. Troy, W9KVR, says, bear in mind, I'm not living in cave country. Sometimes you have to take one for the team. Well, there you go. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Chris, AA4CB, says, I was on my second date and pulled into a Walmart lot and showed her an SO50 satellite pass. And yes, we're still together because she passed the I'm a nerd test. So what do you think of that one?
I don't feel like I'm passing the I'm a nerd test right now. Like, people are asking me questions and I don't know anything, but as long as you're happy, I'm happy, honey. I don't know what's going on with ham radio stuff. It's over my head. Maybe if you put it into Spanish, it would make more sense to me. But I figure if a woman sticks with a man after she finds out that he's a ham, she's a good woman. Because there's a whole lot that comes with that.
Yeah. Okay, John says, is the minister a ham operator? This is a must. Uh-oh. We better talk to Farron. Okay, Neil, Julie's the best thing to ever happen to you, and we can all tell she will not have to worry about you anymore. She will take care of that for us. So there you go. Okay, Matron of Honor, Wendy Rhodes. I'm so happy for both of you. I can't wait for next weekend. So there you go. Wendy's listening.
You couldn't ask for a better friend than her. She's been good for us.
You couldn't. Jill told Dawn to go home. You're drunk. Lisa says, no accordion joke. Tim says, somebody please get a camera and record this whole wedding. I can't wait to see it on YouTube. And yes, it will be on YouTube. If you go to the N4J page on QRZ.com, the link is there. So there you go. Okay. All right. And it looks like we finally made it through all of that. And we're only a half hour over. So, Julie, this is the part where we wrap up the show. So
I'm going to be a wrap next time.
You will soon be a wrap. So this is where Skeeter says, just listen to the Man Song by Sean Morey and you'll be fine. Yes, I know that song very well. So, all right, let me check, make sure we got everything, and okay, I think we're through everything. So we need to wrap this up. So this is the part of the show when I give my guest a chance at some final words. So here you go. It's your turn.
I'm supposed to have final words?
Yes. So
okay,
these are your closing
so here are my
comments.
final words. We are almost down to 8 days, and we will be married. And praise the Lord, because it has been a long 5 years. I cannot wait to be married and to be the Mrs. Rapp. So let's do this, honey.
There you go. All right, let's do it. July 11th.
And our hashtag is That's a Wrap Wedding.
Yes, hashtag That's a Wrap Wedding. And N4J on QRZ.com will give you a link to the wedding website and the YouTube live stream on July 11th at 4:30 Eastern. Let's see if I can do my UTC conversion, because I got called out by Ham Badges this morning for not doing my UTC conversion. So, okay, so 4:30 plus 12 would be 16:30 plus 4 would be 20:30 Zulu.
I just said 20:30.
Okay. There you go. You had it. You had it before I did. You had it before I did. There you go. Okay. Because Ham Badges called me out for not posting my satellite. Ham Badges called me out for posting my satellite passes today with it and not being in UTC. So I had to redeem myself. All right. Enough. We're gonna. Troy says she got you on that one. Yes, she did. All right, we got to go. We're way over time. So, Julie, thank you for being brave and coming on the show and entertaining all 10 people who listen.
10 people. More. I have at least 10 friends.
Oh my goodness! All right, this is it's time to end. So we're gonna end this. All right. So here's the deal. We're not going to have a show next week or the week after because we're getting married. So there won't be a show next week. There won't be a show the week after. On WTWW, we have some encore presentations, so you can listen to WTWW Saturday afternoons about 3:30 Eastern Time. That's 5085 AM, and there'll be a couple of early episodes of Ham Talk Live early on in the history of the show that will be airing on WTWW during those 2 weeks, but in those 2 weeks, you can go back and listen to any of the podcasts online. And I hope to hear several of you with the N4J call sign next week. Again, probably more Thursday than Friday or Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see. But hope to hear some people on the N4J call sign next week. So there you go. All right. Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guest, Julie Swigert, soon to be Rapp, and everybody out there in cyberspace for listening. and calling in and typing in, and invite you back Thursday, July 23rd will be the next one at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And Eric Guth, 4Z1UG, is getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning in Israel to be on the show. He's going to talk about the QSO Today podcast virtual ham radio expo that will take place on August 8th and 9th. And for a list of all of our upcoming guests, visit hamtalklive.com. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. And for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.